this is interesting. I love research. So we're working on we're going to be starting some surveys. Then we're actually going to be launching industry surveys. And so stay tuned in April. We should have our first one for the spring and summer, and then we're going to do twice a year. But this is one from eMarketer, which I thought was crazy. So the question that was asked was top reasons marketers in North America might decide to pass on a new agency. Now, it doesn't qualify what type of agency. So whether it's a digital marketing agency, creative agency, design agency, it really doesn't qualify like what type of agency, because the word agency is huge. Social media agency, PPC agency, SEO agency, you keep going, right? But what it does is it gives a really nice high-level overview from this of some of the underlying reasons why marketer may not hire an agency. So those of you that are watching that are fellow agencies, this may be some of the reasons why you're not getting clients. Who knows? But so in this, they said underwhelming creative quality. So that leads me to believe that a lot of the study maybe were creative. Maybe the lens was creative. But what's interesting is the number 2 to me: lack of experience in my category, culture, chemistry mismatch, which makes sense. Weak strategic thinking. That makes sense. So let's unpack. I want to unpack the lack of experience in my category. So let me explain to those of you that don't understand what that means. The thought is sometimes companies want to, for instance, I'm a real estate agent, and I say, I want to work with a marketing partner that only specializes in real estate clients. The problem with that is that diminishes and almost gets rid of the creative part, because part of great marketing is being strategic in thinking, which is the weak strategic thinking, which is the number 4 on this list, right? So it's all ties together. So the weak strategic thinking comes with getting an agency that only does one type of client, right? So like we have clients all the time, potential clients. Oh, have you had clients in my industry? And I say, well, yeah, we have. We've worked with almost 600 at this point clients in our 21 years that we've been in business. But just because we haven't worked in a specific industry doesn't mean we can't or shouldn't, because it's almost like it's a good singer, someone that can sing really well. Someone that can sing well can sing anything well, whether it's jazz music or contemporary pop music or rock music or country music, they can sing. So it's the exact same thing with excellent strategic marketers. You don't need to. So I found this was interesting. But also for those of you that are looking for an agency that has a specific type of industry, that's not a good way to hire an agency. You want someone that has a varied amount of experience, that can be a jack of all trades. That's another thing that I've talked about in my own videos too, where we went from the specialist mindset and now we're back to the generalist mindset, because in order to do well today with AI, specifically, think about it. You need to have great usability, a great website, great content, right? Great social media presence, citations, which are marketing. You got to market a lot of different ways, and a good SEO presence. So it's kind of like you need all of it together. So anyway, that's my advice. I can keep talking about this, but that's my advice based on this eMarketer survey. So, Catherine, then John, I want to get your opinion on this. It's a good one.
I mean, for me, it just goes to show you that when you're pitching or when a business, it shows that when a business is looking for a marketing agency or somebody to work with, that to put your best face forward.
Yep.
You got to be the type of agency that has everything going for it. Now, that may sound a little bit scary, but what I mean is a good visual presentation, a nice creative approach to strategic thinking, and most of all, it's about connecting with the audience and making sure that they feel heard about what they need, and they feel heard because your pitch and your delivery aligns with that. And I think that's important. And the survey shows how important that is, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. John, what do you think on this, based on this?
I think when it comes to like looking for an agency that specializes in one type of business, I think that you have to think about that like all of that marketing is going to look the same and you're going to look
Yeah.
like all of the other, for example, real estate
Mhm.
Yep.
agencies out there.
Yep.
So you
Yep.
have to find somebody who at least can be creative. And if you find someone who's a
Right.
jack of all trades, they'll take from here, they'll take from there, and you'll have a very unique strategy yourself.
I agree.
Mhm.
100%.